Do you want more profitable, more regular, more clients for your copywriting? Hi, I'm Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips. The Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips website is all about you getting more profitable clients, more consistent clients, more regular clients. But here is the challenge. Folks want clients fast. They want to have a good portfolio of regular business in their copywriting or their marketing agency, but they're often very worried about the nuances of copywriting. I will tell you that if you get a client, actually, if you sit down in front of somebody and you discuss with them the challenges and the desires they have when it comes to sales and marketing for their business, that 99% of the time, if you can write a sales letter to get that person on a call with you, you can write a sales letter to sell their product. The point being is that the client doesn't know as much as you do about copywriting. Now, yes, there are clients out there that are like newsletter publishers and fundraising agencies and different types of websites and publishers that are regularly doing direct response copywriting. Sure, they know more than you do, and you might get a control from them, and they're just asking for a rewrite because you're part of a larger test. But in your local market space, in your regional market space, there are manufacturers, there are small businesses, there are law firms and accounting firms that they wouldn't know copywriting from the I'm trying to think of a polite way of saying it, but they write these very dry and boring letters. They couldn't write a prospect newsletter if their life depended on it, but you are a genius to them. And so it's not about finding the clients out in this ambiguous world of people. It's about focusing on a specific niche. It's about focusing on a specific marketplace or customer. And it's about getting out there and letting people know that you're available, not creating content on a website and sitting around waiting for somebody to show up, but actually send a letter to a lawyer that says, hey, you're a lawyer that handles this kind of case. Affluent customers are your best clients. I have a service to help you connect with affluent customers. Literally, folks. If you send a letter like that in various forms, so that's just the outline. This week you might write about how the government wants to eat the rich and how asset protection is the only way for affluent individuals to protect their interests. But unfortunately, so many go at it on their own, and a tax attorney is the only correct and right way. If only the tax attorney could communicate with affluent individuals. Good news is I'm a copywriter that helps you reach the affluent. You can build different variations of that key theme: problem, pain, solution, action, and just send it directly to the person who can say yes to what it is that you have to offer. There's no search engine optimization necessary. There's no Facebook post necessary. Do you really think a busy executive who can sign a check for 5 figures to hire somebody to help them with marketing is on Facebook? It just blows my mind, and mostly because a lot of copywriters they're out there trying to build up that free client base, and they never actually meet a high-end lawyer. They never actually meet a business owner. They actually don't connect with their customers in a meaningful way to understand their needs. So there's a lawyer friend of mine, and I need him to look at a case, and he's on vacation the 5th time this month, or this year. He gets probably about a month or 2 months of vacation. Sometimes he'll take 4-day weekends. Sometimes he'll take a whole week off. But essentially, his job is so cognitive and so stressful that if he doesn't take regular breaks, he doesn't have a high level of efficiency for doing his core job. Now, very often these 4-day weekends, he's taking home a pile of correspondence. His assistant has printed out a bunch of emails. And then he's basically writing on the back of the email printout an outline of how he's going to respond. And so he'll take this pile of paper, he'll write on the back of the paper, he'll fax it to his assistant. Those 2 days that he's out, or the next Monday where he's out of the office, his assistant will type everything all up, and then when he gets back on a Tuesday, he'll sign the contracts, or he'll approve it to have the email sent out. There's a concept of understanding the real life the current daily concerns of your clients to get more clients and their customers to help them get more customers. And when you understand this, you'll realize that you don't need a website with 1,000 articles on it. You don't need 7 email series. And I make this mistake too. I've got hundreds of articles on Ad Briefing's copywriting tips. There's probably more content behind the paywall than there is in front, but there's just as much content on autoresponder series. So I have all these little courses that you can sign up as part of my lead generation. So for example, the promotion that's going on right now, the catch is don't hate yourself for missing out. How to write copy that sells without all the frustration and mistakes that cost sales. Now that headline is about the common problem you guys are looking at. So I know copywriters are worried about how to write a better headline, how to get that solid opening paragraph, how to get your email read, how to get your letter read, how to get more traffic on your website. But I'm telling you, none of that stuff matters if you want to create and keep profitable customers, because you do the Stephen Covey, you start with the end in mind, and you say, where are the profitable customers that I want? What is their life like? And what are the big problems that I can help them solve? Does this make sense to you? Please, there are so many copywriters that are signing up to every newsletter. They're joining every service. They're getting coaching. They're trying to get the latest tool. And ultimately, it's really about what does that buyer want? Now, of course, if you want to do a $99 press release, you want to do a $5 review, you want to do a lead piece for $15, there are marketplaces for that. You can go and become, a freelancer and just churn content. But if you want to write a $10,000 package, you want to write a $15,000 or $100,000 package, and I know you might be saying, look, I don't have the experience to do a $100,000 package. I don't have the proof. Well, let me tell you something. A $100,000 package is basically 12 months of copywriting for a client. Now, they're going to pay you $100,000 and they'll probably never talk to you again, or you'll have to do some maintenance with them or coaching, but it's $8,000 a month. A business who's spending $10,000 a month on advertising, which is a lot of types of businesses, you'd be surprised. Your local businesses, you can show them how they're spending $10,000 a month. The headline is, are you spending $10,000 a month on marketing and not seeing any results? Let me show you how to improve your results. You get them on a discovery call and you go through and you show them where, yeah, I know you're spending $5,000 directly on advertising, but let's look at the cost of time. Let's look at the customers you didn't get because you got leads, but they never close. Let's look at the customers you're losing because you have poor retention, because you're out here focusing on the grass is greener, yet the customers you've got are wandering off. What's your customer lifetime value? What's your cost per lead? And it's very easy to show a customer or a prospect that they are spending more than $10,000 a month on getting clients. And if only they had a kit, if only they had better scripts, if only they had better ways of connecting with not any customer, but their profitable customers, and that's where the bridge is. You can help them get there. Sign them up in a program, and maybe you don't feel comfortable with $8,300 a month as a retainer program where you're going to build out a whole package. But so maybe you say, hey, look, I'll help you collect the advertising that you currently do and the advertising your competitors do, and we're going to build up a letter series for $3,000 a month. Do you see where this goes? People don't go buy $50,000 cars all cash. They buy $50,000 cars payments at a time. And so you can help your clients use a payment system. This gives you reoccurring income. This gives you an opportunity. If you've got 10 clients that are on a retainer program, you can hold a monthly training specific to these 10 clients. And they would just, oh my gosh, the value is incredible. Some folks wonder how I can have a $3,977 platinum program and actually have people in this program on a regular basis. Now, it's not 100 people. It's not even 10 people at some times. But ultimately, when we have a client match, it is less money for them to pay $3,900 a month than it is for them to pay $10,000 a year or $100,000 a year. So if and these programs are not intended for somebody to stay in a whole year, but if there's $3,900 a month and it's 12 months, that's $47,000. If I'm pitching them on $47,000 worth of work, yes, I agree with you. There could be pushback. They may want additional details to feel comfortable about that. You may not have the evidence or the portfolio to show them that, look, not only is this a great investment, but you better lock in my time, because this $50,000 that you're investing right now is saving you $100,000 of the future. See, there's a switch. Once you've determined they're spending $10,000 or more on marketing, you can show them how they're spending $10,000 a month, which is, I'm doing the math over here on the computer, it's $120,000 a year, and they're not getting that money back. Now, this is $1 million plus company. If you're out there doing business for startups, I understand you're going to be doing piecemeal and they're going to be price sensitive. But a company that's $1 million a year that overall spends $120,000 on marketing, and you can show them you're actually spending more. But if we were able to, and here's the concept, if we were able to understand what marketing pays and how to break even on our lead generation within a certain time period, then you could get back that $120,000 and reinvest it in your marketing rather than spend it. And now that $120,000 you spent this year, we've gotten it back within a certain time period, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and we're taking it and putting it right back in. So essentially, your current customers are paying for you to grow your business and receive future customers. Then the value add is, look, now we get 10 current customers and we keep 9 of them for 1 month longer. Here's what happens to your bottom line. And you show them the math. Now, it doesn't have to be complex, but they have to understand that right now they're throwing money down the drain. They're pissing away their marketing dollars because they don't have a system in place. And they've been and you explain to them how they've been buying their marketing. Okay, because you're going to get that in the discovery call. And so hiring a copywriter here and hiring a marketer here, hiring a keyword or SEO guy here is actually costing them a volume over the dollars they spend. Not only just lost business, lost opportunities, but they're getting behind their competitors because they're not gaining any traction. And if only they had a marketer who could drive them to the next step. See, a lot of you guys are selling copywriting. Customers don't want copywriting. They want marketing that creates clients. And so now you've elevated yourself from a copywriter that's piecemeal, the SEO guy that's per article, and you've elevated yourself to a marketer who starts developing campaigns. You get simple campaigns that they can understand, and you start showing them how those campaigns can pay by the metrics behind the campaigns. Because a lot of these businesses, even if they're spending $120,000 a year on marketing, they are actually not measuring very well. So they don't know they're spending just $120,000, but they also don't know that they're producing $120,000 back because they look at their overall gross. So if it's $1 million business, it is reasonable for them to spend $120,000 a year for marketing. But if they don't know that they're getting the money back, they'll constantly jump between different types of marketing. Are you with me? Are you with me? So when you sit down with a customer, discovery call, initial consultation, you're doing a webinar, you show them, hey, look, I understand you believe you're spending $10K a month. And if you're not yet spending $10K a month, then that's why you're not $1 million business. But it's reasonable for $1 million business to be spending $10,000 a month on marketing. However, if you're not doing the metrics the right way, if you're not doing campaigns and you're just doing piecemeal, if you've got a whole room full of salespeople that are not effective because they don't have the right scripts, they don't have the right collateral and support materials, they don't have qualified leads, then what you're really doing is throwing $120,000 right down the drain. So you'd be better off going to the bank, withdraw $120,000 in cash, roll around in it if you want first to enjoy it a little bit, and then simply flushing it down the toilet, because that's actually what you're doing. Instead, here's what you do. See, we had the problem. The problem is you really don't know where the marketing money's going. Number 2, the pain is you're spending money and don't know where it's going, and it's causing you to miss out on opportunities. It's causing you to spend money that you probably didn't need to spend, and ultimately you'd be better off flushing it down the toilet. What do we do? Well, accountable marketing. Make your marketing measurable. Make your marketing traceable. Better offers. So not only are we just writing copy, but we're creating copy that's designed to be an asset for your business. Next, we're going to look at your return on investment over time, because you may not make money on the first transaction, but if you get a customer and then you're looking for the next customer, you're never going to get any traction. So what do we do after the customer makes the initial sale? And again, I have a program, actually it's a report, 101 Strategies for More Profitable Customers, where you even can go into the analysis. And I use this when I work with clients. You can go into the analysis of what kinds of customers are profitable. And then rather than them mucking around, because a lot of $1 million companies don't have a VP of sales, they don't have a VP of marketing. You become their VP of marketing and you get them on a campaign or a program. Now, if you're specializing in a niche, for example, I did the electrical contractors niche. You could have clients in 7 different states that don't compete with each other and essentially write not 7 individual marketing pieces, but 1 or 2 marketing pieces that they share, that they use. So now instead of a marketing campaign, because one of the objections to tracking your marketing is that I only send 200 pieces a month. It's not statistically accurate. It's not enough pieces to know what works or what doesn't. But if you've got 7 clients, 10 clients, each sending 200 pieces a month to different markets, now you've got something that you can measure. Because 10 people sending 200 a month is 2,000. And that's enough to measure. It's actually enough that you can rent a mailing list and spread it out over the clients. You manage the campaign. You're sending the exact same piece to everybody, but you've coded the URLs so that it goes to the right website or the phone number so it goes to the right people. And now they're cost sharing a campaign, so they're getting more value for their money, and you only had to write one campaign. Now you write the campaign, you manage it, you get it out every month, you get the metrics are a little hard sometimes from the individual clients unless you're tracking the URLs or you're using a personalized phone number. But ultimately, guess what happens? They start seeing the results. They might not see a return on investment right away, but they're spending less on marketing. They know more about what works and what doesn't. And on that back end, with that conversion tracking, that first time they get $1,000 sale, so they spent $1,000 for a marketing campaign, they get $1,000 sale. Right there is when you show up and you say, look at that. Look at that. Not only do you know you got your money back, but we can do this again and again. And then so you can increase the list size, you can target market better, there's so many things you can do. You can send a campaign that worked well internally to a customer list for customer retention, a minor tweak, send it to a prospect list, and now they've just doubled up. Now you've got to get a monthly recurring income. You've got to have some kind of retainer program, because there will be a point where the work you do, the actual hours that you spend, is so little that they're going to wonder why they're paying you so much. So you're going to start focusing on the metrics and then the tuning that helps them know that they're getting their money's worth. You also want to include whatever they pay you in their marketing budget. So they got a $10,000 a month marketing budget. You need to get to the point where they're paying you $10,000 a month, and they're super confident that that is an investment in their future. Because you don't want them to come along and hire a director of marketing, at least until they get to $5 to $10 million. You want to be their director of marketing. Now, I know I've covered some concepts here that are foreign to just people who think they're copywriters. I know I didn't talk about the better headline, the better opening paragraph. I talked about very high-level frameworks that puts you in front of qualified buyers talking about their problems. Your problem might be a better headline. Their problem is not enough sales. The bigger problem is not enough profitable customers, because you can have $1 million a year worth of sales, but zero profits in the business. So you're going to approach them with the tuning of the marketing so that now you're being seen as a strategic asset for their business rather than just another copywriter writing postcards. Hey, if we had a postcard that we can send out this week because we don't have anything to send out, hey, call a copywriter. They'll write us a postcard for $50 and we'll send it out. We've saved so much money because we got a $50 postcard. Postcard doesn't do anything. Direct mail doesn't work. Do you see how this mindset works? I want you to step out of the mindset of what the next copywriting thing is. Move into the mindset of marketing, What is the campaign? What is the series? What is the, even in your own business, you can have a letter series that you keep reusing the same letters with different people. Like if they're already a customer, don't send them a prospect newsletter. Send the prospect newsletter to somebody who's not yet a customer. You can help the clients do the same thing. They're going to start seeing a better return on investment. You're going to take over more and more of their marketing dollars. You're going to show them how they're recovering those marketing dollars. So in fact, your business, doing business with you actually doesn't cost anything. Pissing around with all these agencies and pissing around with all these freelancers is costing them a fortune. But doing business with you, let me show you how you've got a return on investment. As you start pushing up their top line and their margins, that's important because you want the hiring person to be making more money every year. So let's just real quick before I wrap up. If they're paying you $5,000 a month to do something, you kind of want them to get an extra $1,000 a month as your successes come in. So if you're working directly with the owner, they need to see something in their paycheck because there will be a time, and we can talk later about the psychology of hiring of outsider. There'll be a time where they're going to say, well, I probably should hire somebody internally because $5,000 a month is a lot of money. And, they're getting all this money and they don't seem to be doing a lot of work. You got to cover that by, I'm paying him $5,000, but I'm getting the $5,000 back and I got another $1,000 in my pocket. I'm not sure how the math works, but I'm making more money working with this guy or gal rather than not working with this person. And now you become an integral asset to their organization. You become a strategic partner. You become someone who gets results and can prove they've gotten results. Now, if you can't get results and you never got results in the past, you start with niche activities that are guaranteed. Rewriting a letter that works. Your initial consultation is about what works already. Let's do more of what works. But folks, this is a complex topic, and that's why a lot of other people with copywriting websites or copywriting newsletters don't ever talk about it. And it's something that you should be thinking about beyond the next great headline, the next great email subject line, the next great call to action. Those things are important. Don't get me wrong, but you can go get Dan Kennedy's unlimited ultimate sales letter or ultimate marketing plan and have all that stuff done in an afternoon. But if you don't have any clients to do it with, it's like masturbation. You're having fun, but you're not really doing anything. You're not expanding your circle of influence. You're not growing your business. You're not drawing that next level. And ultimately, it's a little frustrating over time. And I understand your frustration. Let me help you create, keep profitable clients. Those clients will breed like rabbits when you have a system for getting them, and you will grow your copywriting business. And now I understand a lot of you guys want to just be a freelancer. That's fine. But isn't it better to be a freelancer with $100,000 a year income than a freelancer who's just scraping by $50 postcards, $99 press releases? I can all day long hire those out for first drafts. Unfortunately, they're actually pretty good as a first draft. And then you tailor that out for your client. And it's just, I want to help you, but I need you to be on my email list or on my paid newsletter in order for me to know you even exist. Thousands and thousands of people listen to my podcasts off all kinds of Apple platform, Google Play, Audibles, iHeartRadio. Like I'm everywhere. But if I don't know you exist because you didn't visit www.adbriefing.co.uk, then I can't help you solve this problem effectively, because I've given you just a thimbleful of the value that you need to have in order to bring in 6-figure clients, 5-figure clients on a regular basis, so that you stop worrying about where the next client's going to come from. You're going to have a small portfolio of 5 to 10 clients, whatever is comfortable for you. And you're going to be doing regular pieces for them. And in fact, if you use the model where you're supporting a single industry or reaching a certain customer, you're going to be recycling stuff. And it's just going to be a different experience. If you want that different and better experience, visit www.adbriefing.co.uk. I got all kinds of free gifts and reports you can use, but most importantly is that you can just simply ask your questions, and I'll answer your questions on a podcast, on an article. I'm Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips. I don't know if I'm tearing up because I know this is going to help you, or I'm just ready to stop talking. You can ask your questions at Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips out there on the interwebs, and I'm here to help you create and keep profitable clients. Not only create and keep profitable clients, but how to help those clients build their businesses, because our economy needs it. Your economy needs it. Thanks for listening.